Hello, everyone, and I know, yes, hold the applause. Yes, welcome back to the greatest book never published, the podcast where we read the greatest book never published. I'm your host, Nim, and I am joined by
Nate the Great,
who's my younger brother, and together we are reading a book that I wrote when I was 13 or 14 years old. I think I started when I was 13, finished when I was about 14. So this book was written just around 10 years ago by a younger me. So, back when I was smarter, I was much more of a genius back then. I couldn't write something like this now. I mean,
no, definitely not.
Too bad I can't go back in time and get my genius self back. But anyways, we are here to continue last time where we left off. Their dad, the Thompsons' dad, John Thompson, was missing, and yeah, that's how we all felt about it. And so John Thompson was missing, and they needed to go into. Do you remember? They needed to go into a.
They had to go into the apartment. Wait, they had to go to the apartment to take his computer or something.
To take his computer, which is surrounded by cops apparently, because cops are just standing guard over this crime scene area all the time apparently. So that's how that works. And Nate said he had a plan, and so I guess we're gonna find out what that plan is. So we're going to today read chapter 13, 14, 15, and 16. We do 4 chapters at once because they're short chapters. So let's get into it. If you haven't listened to the other episodes, I recommend listening to them first because you'll get the full context of everything that's happening in the book. It is the greatest book never published, so you'll probably love it. So anyways, chapter 13 is told from the perspective of Nathan Thompson. Give it up for Nathan Thompson. I know, what a Chad. All right. Actually, no, Chad. That's I think Zach Thompson is more of the Chad, as we determined before. So, I am now sitting in a van. Oh, that I bought a month ago. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I'm not sitting in a van. Oh, somebody locked him in the back of a van. We missed something. This 13-year-old bought a van, so clearly he's got the money. I think he's one of those young entrepreneurs or something. I don't know. Bringing in the dough. He's probably invested in some sort of cryptocurrency, Made some NFTs or something. I don't know. I mean, this was back before NFTs were a thing. But, it is the night after the explosion, about 11 o'clock. Zach is sitting in the driver's seat. He's the only one here with a license. Well, yeah. But actually, Steven could have he's old enough to have a license, but I guess he doesn't. But he lives in New York City, so maybe he didn't see a need for a license. He rides on the bus all the time. The subway. Jameson is riding shotgun, and Steve is in the back with him. Wait, what? Jameson is riding shotgun, and Steve is in the back with him.
What?
Jameson. Was it supposed to say I am riding shotgun and Jameson is in the back, or Steve and Jameson are in the? Wait. Okay. Anyways, maybe it was supposed to say Steve is in the back with me. Oh, it does say with me. I cannot read. Oh my gosh. I thought it said him. Wow, my brain. Why am I? Jeez. So, sometimes I think my younger self was smarter than me now. I don't know. I keep thinking I made a mistake, and then it's like, oh wait, no, actually, I knew what I was doing, somewhat. We are parked on the side of the road across the street from the apartment, where there are cops everywhere guarding the place. I feel like at tops they'd have maybe 1 or 2 watching over. I don't even then.
It's 11 o'clock.
Also,
Who's gonna
like,
be there?
it's the next day. It's been this long since the kidnapping happened. Do you think they would have already been there, gathered the evidence they need, and like left?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I don't know. It just seems weird. They just got a bunch of extra cops who have nothing to do. So they're
Just stay in guard.
standing guard over this apartment. I don't think this is a good idea, Steve says. I mean, you're probably right, Steve. Actually, I mean,
Just, come on, Steve. Don't be so boring.
don't be a Debbie Downer, Steve. A Stevie Downer. All right. Why not, I say. We can't let the cops find the computer before we do. I don't see why it matters, Steve says. If they find it, they'll just use it to investigate the kidnapping like we're doing. Yeah, but there's one problem, Jameson says. Adam Fox is leading this investigation. He's probably trying to get rid of any evidence so no one ends up finding out what happened to Dad. Dude, what? Like, I get that he, like, it's one thing if he has, like, a slight mistrust for him, but he is, like, full on, like, no, this dude is sketchy. Although, to be fair, this is the dude that complimented him about, oh, you working out? You've been working out. I'm 15.
Sounds like a pervert.
I mean, yeah. Adam Fox is leading this investigation. He's probably trying to get rid of all the evidence, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Exactly, I say as Steve nods his head. All right. Before we go out there, let's run through the plan one more time. Zach and Steve will be wearing these cop uniforms. So Nate just has cop uniforms.
They're doing the old disguised as the guards to get in.
So Nate just has a van. He has these cop uniforms. Like, what does Nate not have? He has a plan. Anyways, so he seems to be the master of planning, I guess. Wearing these cop uniforms. I hint toward 2 cop uniforms lying on the floor. Don't ask where I got them from. I collect them. There's just 2 cops in their underwear walking around New York City somewhere. What happened to our uniforms?
He tactically acquired them.
Don't ask where I got them from. You will walk up to the guards and tell them that they can leave. Now, there are probably security cameras inside. Yeah, they just set up security cameras in this apartment that where the crime scene is. I feel like that's a lot of effort. Zach will walk through the building, disabling them.
The cameras.
Oh, yeah, as a cop, dressed up as a cop. Yeah. I was like, wait, how is he going to walk through the building? I was like, oh, yeah, he's one of the ones dressed as a cop. Him and Steve. Once you've got them disabled, you will contact me with your communication device I gave you. Why can't you just say, like, radio, walkie-talkie, something normal?
Yeah.
This communication device. Like, yeah, it's a communication device, but I don't know. Jameson, using his strength he gained from the infection, will throw me onto the roof of the house. All right. He's got a lot of confidence in him that he's not going to, like, throw him, like...
Whoops. Splat.
all the way to, like, the moon. Just, like, throw him. He just smacks into an
He's
airplane.
just going to go, yeet.
Whoops, didn't realize how strong I am. Throws him into, like, an airplane or a helicopter or something. It's got way too much confidence. Like, he just discovered his powers, and he hasn't even, like, tested them out or anything. I have to say, Nate is very very brave. Is that the word? Or is it stupid? I don't know.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Using his strength he's gained from the infection will throw me onto the roof of the house because there are definitely going to be cops inside. I will climb into Dad's room through the sky view window using a rope. Why can't they just use their cop costumes? The ones dressed as cops just walk upstairs. Why does he have to throw him on the roof and go
Because
through the sky view
it's
window?
got to be like Mission Impossible. They got to...
Mission Impossible.
Listen, he's like a 13-year-old who watches too many spy movies, okay?
Yeah, but all the older teenagers here aren't like,
They're like...
bro, what are you doing? We have cop uniforms on. We are in disguise. Let's use that.
They probably just
It's
want to
so
watch
much
him.
easier.
They probably just want to like watch him for comedy. They're
They
just
just
like,
want to see what happens.
you repel yourself down the sky view.
Yeah, you get thrown onto the roof by your super strength brother. Yeah. Like we'll be safe in our disguises and everything. You know, you're the one who gets thrown on the roof. Now there are probably security cameras inside. Zach will walk through the building, disabling them once. Okay, well I'm way behind. I will climb into Dad's room through the sky view window using a rope that I have in my backpack. Oh, I forgot he always has a backpack on. That was like one of his character details. You know,
did it say that?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh, did
in
it?
the first chapter. Yeah.
Oh.
Because remember in the first chapters they each were like, let me describe myself. Let me give a description. Here's a basic description of me.
Got blue eyes.
I wear a backpack
brown
everywhere
hair.
I go. Thick brown. I will find where the computer is hidden and put it in my backpack. How are you going to get out? Zach says. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I say. It's one of those things where I make it up as I go.
I still don't understand why
Zach
Zach and Steve can't just grab the computer. I know. They're already in the house with their disguises, you know.
I thought this was such a cool thing when I came up with it, I think. The computer is hidden and put it in my backpack. How are you going to... I haven't quite... but I make it up as I go. Remember to take pictures of anything you see that's suspicious. So they can use it as evidence later. What if it doesn't work? Steve says. What if we get caught? We won't, I say. This is an ingenious plan. Well, if you get caught, the cops are you're probably going to be like, we got some mischievous kids. Don't do it again. Slap on the wrist. That's probably all. I mean, it's like, what do they think is going to happen? They're going to get locked up. They're like
locked up for life.
Trying to break
into your own apartment.
into their own apartment that's being blocked off for a crime scene right now, so you can't live in it at the moment. Yeah, right. They probably could have gone back to them and been like, "Oh, there's another thing. We didn't actually grab all of our things that we need. There's one more thing we need. It's a laptop. Yeah, can you give that to us, please? Thank you." Didn't have to deal with this whole thing.
Yeah.
This is an ingenious plan.
Definitely, especially him throwing you onto the roof.
Okay, Steve says, if you say so. Are you two ready? I say to Steve and Zach. Yep. Zach says, we've got our disguises on and we're ready to go. Oh, so they were changing during this conversation.
Oh.
Okay. Because at the beginning of the chapter, you looked at the costume. They weren't wearing them yet. Go, I say. We will be in radio contact the whole time. Dude. Wait, what's the Mission Impossible music? They step out of the van and begin walking up to the guards. I put a bug on Zach's suit so I will hear the whole conversation through these headphones, I say to Jameson as I put on a pair of headphones. We are here to take over. Okay, anyways. We are here to take over, I hear Zach say. That's odd, one of the guards says. We weren't supposed to have anyone take over yet. Well, I guess the plan changed, Zach says. We were just told to take over. So, like, do these guys look older than they are? Because they're, like, 17, him and Steve. I guess that's why they were the ones to do the disguise, because they look the oldest.
They have Nate, who hasn't even hit puberty, come up.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
can
guys.
we switch? Hey, guys, can we switch?
Or he's, like, made puberty, so he's like, hey
guys, can we switch?
I'm a cop.
I'm a cop, okay?
Okay, anyways. We are here to take over. That's odd. We weren't supposed to have anyone take over yet. Well, I guess the plan changed, Zach says. We were just told to take over. Wait a minute, the guard says. I haven't seen you two before. Well, we're new. I then hear Zach say, we just transferred into the precinct last week. Wow, that's a fancy word for me.
Precinct?
I knew what a precinct was.
Whoa.
Back when I was that young.
I didn't.
Wow, apparently I did. I know, I was a smart 13-year-old. Well, okay, one of the guards says, I was getting kind of tired of standing here anyway. Let me go get some donuts.
Wow, stereotyping. Come on.
Out of the window of the van, I see both of the guards walk to their vehicles and drive away. I see Zach casually walk into the building. And a few minutes later, he says on his radio, all security cameras are down. Well, you may commence Operation Gopher. Yes, I did come up with the name Operation Gopher. Ha, get it? Because they're going for something. They're going to Operation Gopher.
You spelled gopher wrong. Isn't it PH?
Yeah, I think so. I did. Are you ready, Jameson? I ask. As ready as I'll ever be, he responds. Let's go, I say as we jump out of the van, each wearing completely black clothes, a black knit cap, and black face paint.
Wow.
They're going all out. Full on spy uniform. Black face paint. Are you allowed to wear that nowadays? That seems a little questionable. I don't know. Let's do it, I whisper as Jameson nods his head. He lifts me up and lobs me into the air.
Yeet! You should have said yeet.
Splat!
Yeet!
Yeet! Yeet wasn't a thing when this was written. It wasn't a thing yet.
No, I don't think it was.
I go just a little higher than planned and smash into an airplane.
Splat!
Nate's dead.
Whoops.
And twist my ankle when I land on the roof. I quickly get down so no one sees me. I crawl over this is like a high security thing. Like, I get down so no one sees me. They got spotlights everywhere. They're like
it's a crime scene. They just put tape over it.
They just put tape over it.
You just go under the tape.
I wait patiently for I look down. Wait, where am I? Whoa. I quickly get down so no one can see. I crawl over to the sky view window. I look down into it and see a figure moving around in the room. I wait patiently for about 5 minutes when the figure leaves the room. I wrap the rope around the chimney of the house. I tie one end to my waist and hold on to the other end. I quietly open the window and drop myself in, using the end of the rope that I am holding onto. I slowly lower myself into the room. I then quietly land on the floor. Now, I have to find the computer. I think for a second and remember that it was hidden behind the bed. I reach behind, hoping that they didn't already find it. As I am reaching behind the bed, I hear someone walking toward the door. Oh no, I won't be able to get out in time. The footsteps are getting closer. Wait, is that the computer? Yes, it is. I yank the computer out from behind the bed as fast as I can. It falls out of my hands and lands on the floor, making a thudding sound. Wow.
Good job.
Good job, secret spy.
Good job, James Bond.
Jeez. Towards the door. Wait, what am I looking at? It lands with a thudding sound. Yeah, there we go. What was that sound? I hear a voice say from the other side of the door. Is anybody in there? I then hear the door start to open. I do the first thing I think to do. I jump underneath the bed. Good. I'll be safe under here. He'll never find me. Wait, where's the computer? Oh no, it's still lying on the floor. I have to get it before the man finds it. He's on the other side of the bed. Now would be the best time to get it. I then, very quietly, reach my arm out from under the bed and grab the computer. I begin to slide it across the floor towards me. Just before the man walks to the same side of the bed, the computer is on. I pull it under the bed Then, I become as still as possible. I hear the footsteps walk away and close the door. I really hope that what we find in this computer is worth the trouble. Ha ha. Me too. All right. Well, that was the end of chapter 13, and I must say, probably quite possibly the longest chapter so far, or one of the longest chapters so far. Interesting chapter. Genius plan. I'm glad. Was that worth waiting a week? Everybody listening to find that out. What the
It
plan
absolutely was.
It was because it was an ingenious plan, as Nate said.
Almost as ingenious as Luke Skywalker's plan in Episode 6 to free Han Solo.
To free Han. The most genius plan ever. I mean, it worked technically. They did save Han Solo and murder Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, next chapter. Chapter 14. Stephen Richards. I am standing next to the door of the apartment waiting when I hear Nate say on his radio, "Steve, I need your help. My rope fell into the room. I need you to climb up onto the roof." Good going, Nate. My rope fell into the room. Sorry. I need you to climb up onto the roof, walk over to the Skyview window where I will throw the rope up to you. You will wrap it around the chimney and throw the other end to me. Got it? Honestly, at this point, I would just walk down the stairs and walk out the front door.
Yeah.
Make a run for it. Like, do you think the cops are really going to care?
Is he going to chuck him on the roof, too? How are they going to get down from the roof?
I don't know. Well, yeah, what?
How are they going to get down from
Remember, he didn't think that far ahead. That was a plan it as you go kind of thing. So, this is his thinking on the fly plan. Steve, climb the roof, please. How do I get up there? I say back to him. Aren't you good at climbing? Nate says. Well, yeah, but I say as I am interrupted by Nate. There's a drain pipe on the left side of the house. Use that. She's gonna climb up a drain pipe. Okay.
Yeah.
I decided it would be useless to argue, so I head toward the left side of the house. I find the drain pipe. It's not the best thing to climb with, but it'll do. I grab onto it and push my feet against the wall of the house and start climbing. When I'm almost to the top, a light shines on me. "Get down from there now," I hear a voice say. Uh-oh, they're getting busted.
Busted.
Busted. You're gonna be busted. Remember that Phineas and Ferb song?
No.
You're gonna be busted. Oh my gosh. Classic. Can't believe you don't remember that. I hear a voice say, I decide that there is nothing else to do, so I jump down. I see two police officers standing there, one holding a gun in his hand and the other holding a flashlight. "What were you doing climbing up there?" the one with the flashlight says. "Well," I say, "I was trying to Then I do the only thing I can possibly think of doing. I run as fast as I can." That's the best thing to do in this situation. See, this cop's got a gun.
Starts running. Just shoots him.
Well, no, he probably could get away. Like, the cop's not going to shoot at him. Like, he is white. So, I mean, the cop's not going to shoot.
Wow.
Okay, so I run as fast as I can. In about a second, I am on the other side of the building.
Whoa.
A second? Wow. How did that happen? Oh, yeah. It must be because of the infection. This is how I was mutated. I have super speed. I am speed.
Speed. I am speed.
With this new power I run around the back of the building and up the drain pipe to the top of the roof. I look down and see the cops standing there, confused. "Did you see that?" One of them asks the other. I wish I didn't, the other one says. No one is ever going to believe this. See, you know what would have been funny, though? A funny joke if I had them, like, he was holding a coffee cup or something, and then he, like, looked at it like, oh, dude, what did you put in this? That would have been a funny joke. I know, see? See, by all this laughter we're getting, you can tell that was a funny joke. We're actually filming this in front of a live studio audience. This is real laughter. This is not a laugh.
All right, cut it out.
It's not a laugh track.
See, look how well they respond.
Yeah, start laughing. All right, stop laughing. Okay, thank you.
Good job, guys.
They're really responsive.
Drummer.
Yeah, we got a drummer over there. We got what kind of instrument is this? It's like a, what is it called? Is it
I don't know.
some sort of
It's a
trumpet or something?
Sure.
We got a trumpet guy over there. We got a. Wow, that's our audience again, cheering. So.
Mm-hmm.
It's all live right here. Yeah. There's actually, what they don't know is there's actually just a wall behind the camera. It's not a big studio.
Mm-hmm.
With this new power I have, I run around. Okay, that's where I'm ready. Nate's holding.
I wish I didn't.
I wish I didn't. No one is ever going to believe this. I crawl over to the sky view window and look down in. I see Nate holding a rope. Ready? He whispers. Yep, I say. You can throw it now. Nate throws the rope up to me and I catch it. I crawl over to the chimney and wrap it around. I crawl back over and throw the other end to Nate. He wraps it around his waist and begins to pull himself up. Going up is so much harder than going down, he whispers. Could you help me? That was... I grab the rope and begin to pull him up. Once he gets to the top, we start crawling towards the edge of the building. We look down, see no guards, jump to the ground, and then jump behind a bush.
Wait, how high is the building?
I mean, it's like maybe 2 stories, I guess, I would assume.
They just hop down like 20 feet. Just wee.
Yeah.
Splat.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Nate's ankle is already twisted. And what's
Why
another?
don't they just use the rope?
Might as well twist it. Climb down the drain pipe. I don't know.
Or that, you know. Just hop down.
So, crawl back over and throw the other end. Blah 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 blah. Wow. They jump behind a bush. Yeah, then why don't you just run to your van at this point? Why jump behind a bush? I've got it, guys, Nate whispers into his radio. Head back to the van as quickly as possible. We sit here for a few more minutes to make sure the coast is clear, then we dart towards the van as fast as possible. And that is the end of the chapter.
Thank you. Mm.
Yes, you're saying thank you as if you wrote it. No.
Oh,
I'm the genius that wrote it. Come on. All right. Chapter 15. Zach Thompson. I am now walking to the front door just after Nate told us to leave. I'm almost there when I hear footsteps walking towards the other end of the door. I quickly hide in a dark corner where it will be hard for them to spot me. The door opens and I see 2 officers walk in, one holding a flashlight and the other holding a gun. Should we tell the others what we saw? The one with the flashlight says. Nah. The other one says. That will just make them think we've been drinking on duty. and that's never a good thing. Judging by the way they look and the way they are talking to each other, I can tell the one with the gun is older and more experienced. But the other one is new to the police business. It's like, so is this the start of a new buddy cop movie now? He's old and inexperienced. I work alone. But here's your new rookie.
Here's your new partner.
Here's your new rookie partner. I don't want a new partner. I like to work alone.
Hey, how do you use a gun? I'll just hold the flashlight.
Just hold the flashlight.
When do I get to shoot somebody?
I love how I give that description. This one looks more older and experienced. This one looks like he's newer to the police business. Like that's important to the story. Like they're just random police officers. It's not like they're like important characters or anything. They're just random police officers. Well, let's look around the room. The older says, I hear that there are 2 imposters. How did they figure that out? How did they figure out that there's 2 imposters already? Great. Now if they see me, they will know that I am one of the imposters. This will not look good on my record when I try to join the police force. Oh, that's right. He wants to be a cop one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember. Yeah. I do the only thing I can do. I sit still, hoping they don't look my way. The younger starts slowly shining his flashlight around the room. I know how to use a flashlight.
Accidentally shines it in his eyes. Oh! This is why I work alone.
This is gonna be our that's gonna be a spin-off series. That's why I added more specific description of these characters to give them, so I could do a spin-off series. Shining his flashlight around the room. It's getting closer and closer to me. What do I do? There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I might as well give up my dream of being a police officer. Yeah, they find you sneaking around your own apartment. You're not going to be a police officer now. You broke
into your own house.
Yeah. What do I do? There's no... Okay, me being a police officer. The light is getting closer and closer. It's all over now.
It's all over now.
Okay. Wait, do you remember the very forced religious aspect of this story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with doing like religious themes in stories, but this is just very awkward and forced. Mm-hmm. Wait. Do what a Christian is supposed to do in a situation like this. Pray. Dear God, please help me find a way out of this. Cringe. That's just... Again, I have nothing against having religious themes in stories, but do better at it. That's all I have to say. A split second before the light gets to me, my prayer is answered. I don't know how it happens, but it does. My body suddenly passes through the wall, and next thing I know, I am outside of the house. We've discovered another new superpower. Thank you, God. I then run to the van and jump in to find Nate and Steve waiting. Do you know where Jameson is? Nate asks me. No, I answer. But something really weird happened in there. What happened? Steve asks. Well, I say, it's kind of hard to explain. It's not exactly something that's normal. I love how he's like, it's hard to explain, even though we already had this conversation about how all of us are going to have superpowers and stuff. But like, weird thing, I have a superpower. I bet you weren't expecting it.
No way.
What happened? Well, okay, it's kind of hard to explain. What? Just tell us. I know it sounds crazy. No, it doesn't. We already know about superpowers. I can read minds, okay? This doesn't sound crazy. Seriously, wait, I say, but I think I phased through a wall. Seriously, Nate says? So that's how you were affected by the infection. Steve was just telling me about how he ran at superhuman speed. Now we know how all of us were mutated. Now we're just sitting in the van, waiting for Jameson. I could use some Jameson after reading this.
Wait, what happened? Wait, where'd Jameson go?
No, Jameson... Yeah, why didn't Jameson... He
chucked the guy on the roof.
He chucked Nate on the roof, but what did he do after that?
I don't know.
Did he just stand up? He didn't, like, go back to the van or, like... Just chucked him on the roof and then just kind of hung out there, I guess? I don't know. I didn't... It's weird, though, because this book is usually really well thought through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
Right. Next, we have chapter 16. Jameson Thompson. So this is the last chapter of the day. Last That's the wrong button. Last chapter of the day. It's exciting. I mean, not button. That wasn't a button. That was our drummer over there.
Yeah.
As I begin to walk back to the van, I pass a window and can't help but notice something I see on the other side. I see one of the cops doing something with some sort of electronic device. I pull out my phone and take a few pictures of him. Oh, that's right. He said, take pictures of suspicious things. I look a little closer and notice what he's doing. Setting a bomb. I look closer to find that it has a timer and will explode in 30 seconds.
Oh. Oh, boy.
I don't waste a second. I run as fast as possible towards the van yelling, there's a bomb! There's a bomb! We gotta get out of here!
There's a bomb! There's a bomb!
We've got to get out of here. I mean, okay, to be that...
Yeah.
That is a valid response, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I realize that I probably shouldn't have yelled when I see two cops start chasing me. Well, maybe it is a good idea to yell because those cops deserve to have their lives saved too. So maybe it is a good idea for you to yell. One of them pulls out a gun and fires a few shots at me.
What?
What? He's white.
Wait, he didn't even like.
He just ran by.
He just
yelling,
ran and
"There's
is
a
yelling,
bomb."
"There's a bomb," and they just go, "Shoot him!" They don't go, "Wait, where's the bomb?"
It's like, geez, these New York City cops. Oh my
Unless
gosh, just so trigger
they're
happy.
not actually cops and they're working for the government organization.
I don't know. Well, they said they were working under the guy leading the investigation was what is it? Fox. Fox was leading the investigation. Fox is suspicious. I don't know. Something about that scar. I hope that they're bad aim. That's what he thinks.
All bad guys in movies are bad aim, okay?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen Batman the animated series? Yeah, nobody can name that. Or Star Wars. I feel the bullets hit me. I expect to fall on the ground, but I keep running. I don't even feel pain. So the infection didn't only give me strength. I quickly jump into the van as it begins to drive forward at full speed. Then Nate says to me, "What were you saying about a bomb?" I say as I'm cut off by the sound of the house exploding behind us. I wish I had an explosion sound effect.
Wait.
Yeah, you're my sound effect guy, yeah. So that's what you were talking about, Nate says. So that's what you were talking about. Good thing we got the computer when we did. Do you have any idea what caused the explosion? Yeah, I say. It was one of the cops.
Bomb.
Oh, you can't play two of these at once. That sucks. You could do that and then... it was it was one of the cops. Which one? Nate asks. I'm not sure. I answer. But I did get a picture of him. And that, my friends, is the end of our chapter and the end of our day on this week of the podcast. What a beautiful 4 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm finding? Every week we come out with new questions, Mm-hmm. Like there's always this is really good at leaving cliffhangers, really keeping you on the edge of your seat, ready to read the next chapter. Like, who was this guy? They got a picture of him. They could maybe find out more. Why was he blowing it up? Was he a cop? I don't know.
Why were the cops shooting at him?
Why were the cops shooting at him?
If he's white.
Exactly. All these questions and more will be answered if you stay tuned next week and the following weeks. So thank you for listening to this week's episode of The Greatest Book Never Published. I think we've been really enjoying reading this. It is, in fact, the greatest book never published. I mean, I can't believe, honestly, I can't believe I'm giving this book out for free. I'm reading this to you for free. I could have published this and charged a bunch of money for it,
You'd be like a millionaire now.
I could have been as rich as J.K. Rowling was after Harry Potter. She's mega rich now. I could have been like that. You know, they'd be making movies and everything. But no, I chose to just read it on a podcast. So you should be thanking me. So, anyways, thank you all for listening and watching, if you're on YouTube, to this episode. And there are a few different places you can listen. You can listen to this podcast on YouTube. There's a video version. You can see us sitting here actually reading. If you are on YouTube, and you want to listen to it on an audio platform, you can also listen to it on Anchor/Spotify. So there should be links in the description to the Spotify, and links in the description on the Spotify to the YouTube version, which is on my YouTube channel, which is called NimTV. That's NIMTV. And you can also check out your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can check out my YouTube channel, Nate the Great. Link in the description.
Yes, also link in the description. Unless I just decide not to, because why would I link to your channel? Oh my gosh. Okay, kidding. Anyways, that's all for this week. Stay tuned for next week to find out more about this man who caused an explosion, and more about why. Maybe we'll discover why Nate's planning skills suck. Why Nate sucks at coming up with plans. But somehow his plan worked. So, you know, all that happened was an explosion. So, but they got the thing they wanted. So, anyways, that's about all for now. I'm Nim.
I'm Nate the Great.
Thank you all for listening. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.